Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Ace Attorney, the Apollo Justice Trilogy. So we're continuing from where we left off here, but now we're starting the next game. So we got 3 games in this, and we're starting the first case in the next game. And looks like this game is going to have some anime cutscenes in them too. But yeah, I already like the soundtrack in this game too. Always love the music in these games. Okay, let's start episode 1 here. And we can choose where it goes here. Oh, so on the second game you can just choose the scenes. Okay, trial day 1. What's that? Is that a bomb? What the?
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble, and it's up to us to restore it to its former glory. Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry, I've got a trusty new partner on board.
Done. You bet. Let's do this.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Are you alright, miss?
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
That's the soundtrack from the old Ace Attorney games also. So is that Apollo? What on earth happened in this courtroom? Turnabout Countdown. Well, that suits the name of the case pretty well, Countdown. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. Now all I have to do is and everything on that little girl. What? So we know he did it. So sometimes certain cases, the cutscenes, when they start, they'll actually show you who the killer is. Other times they won't. So this case, we know that guy's the one who did it. December 17, 9:22 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 5. Nope, not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Oh, Apollo. Yeah, so, Dual Destinies, I never played this game, but I know this game, you know, they kind of ditched the anime cutscenes for the more 3D, 3D look of it. Yeah, doing great, like, hum a little, tune great. Oh yeah, well that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Oof, I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case, but I'm going to be there at the bench with him doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend, Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm gonna see it, that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel, much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie's completely cleared of all suspicion. Apollo. Athena. Thank you for doing this for me. Junie. So she's the defendant. Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens at home in the forest, though. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear, dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that June is the alleged bomber. But that's ridiculous. There's no way Junie would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me, standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there, they won't know what hit him, right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is, one trial. Just can't, lose. We can't just lose. What? Apollo! Apollo. Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice. Huh? The trial is about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. Huff. I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial is about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you gonna do? Bailiff. Yes, miss. The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Athena. You're not seriously... You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second and think about what you're saying. You've never once taken a case on a loan before, right? No hey problemo, problema. I can handle it, I think. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Dina, and that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now, so you'll have to leave it to me. Alright, I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will, rest assured of that. Okay, I wonder who the prosecutor is we're going up against. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. December 17, 9:46 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 5. Day 1, court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. Payne. Yeah, he's typically the prosecutor always in the first case. And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red, Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see. Not at all surprised he used that as an excuse to run away. With me as an adversary who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape. What? The nerve of this guy. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. Arg. This arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk. No, Widget. Is my, hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, especially not from me. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. He sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking. Heh. Well then. If that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction to what you just stated. A contradiction? You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was... What was it? Elegance at work? Eep. Actually, it was arrogant jerk. At any rate, what does it mean if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness. Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Yes, I think the judge looks better personally in the anime version, like in Apollo Justice, but... Let us get back to the case. Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the rookie humiliator. Well, you always... The ironic thing about that is he's the prosecutor you face in most first cases. And he loses always. I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk. Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court. Ack, I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4. Ah yes, I was presiding over that trial as well, and Mr. Justice was there as a lawyer for the defense. A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. What? Why would you present that as evidence? Well, you would have to have it checked to make sure that it's... If anything, I mean, I guess you could use a... I've never heard of something like that, like a diffused bomb being used in court as evidence. Well, if anything, it would probably be a video or pictures. They wouldn't actually bring in a diffused bomb in the court. Yeah, that wouldn't happen. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 is completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. But there was in fact one death, was there not? That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head caused by impact of a flat object. Time of death, between 8 and 11 a.m. So, the thing about that is that chances are she probably wasn't even killed by the bomb. The bomb was probably to cover up something, but impact by a flat object, it could be shrapnel from the bomb. Shrapnel is basically pieces of a bomb and other stuff that will fly around when a bomb goes off. That's usually what kills most people in an explosion, is shrapnel. Stuffed animal bomb. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use R1. I better take a peek later. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Let's take a look at a few things here. Okay. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale. I'm so sorry, I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm alright. Junie's really giving it her all. I better make sure I do the same. Heh. If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant. Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the date in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Dina. And so, I was there yesterday to watch his trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Judy's really scared. Did you know I'm also known as the defendant humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant Prosecutor Payne. What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the rookie humiliator instead? Athena, don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Junie is telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root you gave him too. He was. My grandma says the lotus root is good for your eyes. She says I can even help you see into the future. They can? And that's a perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them. A sweet, meek girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits? I must say it's very hard to believe. Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant has had a motive for committing this crime. That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is that her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. What? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question, coming from a novice such as yourself. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Why, yes, I have. And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system? Now wait just 1 minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. I concede that the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts, but Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Oh, this should be good. Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor. And what exactly was so unique about it? Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer the question? Huh? Me? I notice that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really, what a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser. What did it just say? Nothing, not a single thing. Now, let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record. The information I need is somewhere in the court record. Alright, Miss Sykes. Let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was... Time bomb destroyed the courtroom, hid inside a stuffed animal and was detonated? Inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. Heh. Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine. Just like I said from the start, I can do this. Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does that impish elephant have with the defendant? The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here. What is that? And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little, synced? It's a tale, Your Honor. The tale of a poor victim of the explosion. This is incredible. Are you saying it's Detective Arm's tale? Your Honor is so very close, but no, it belongs to this stuffed animal. It's called the Phony Fandy, a rather unpleasant name if you ask me. He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not? Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trunked up. That's so wrong on so many levels. The Phony Fanty's tail is made of vinyl cloth. And we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. What? What? Well, I guess she said the same thing too. The Phony Fanty provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves the accused handled the bomb. Eep. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you need fingerprints be on it? That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. A piece of a stuffed animal that the time bomb was inserted into. The defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this precise piece of evidence? Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I'd be better come up with something, for Junie's sake. If you can't produce an answer, we could always go straight to the ruling, if you prefer. No, I have to say something fast. Oh no, I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court. What's this about? Looks like a katana.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
Why, it's you!
Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in this place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own. Oh, I don't know, I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Let's turn things around. You got it, boss. Oh ho ho ho, look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Mrs. Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You are absolutely right. Well, let's continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objection, Mr. Payne? Heh, none at all, Your Honor. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Junie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing, and here she is back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition. Very well, I grant special permission. You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Is it kind of weird for the defendant to actually leave the courtroom just to go rest? The fact that the trial will be taking place without the defendant actually in the room, there might be some kind of violation. Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you. It's been a while, Mr. Payne. Heh, you're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne. Oh, what? He's Winston Payne's brother? I didn't even know that Winston Payne had a twin brother. What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals, let alone long-standing? You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will clear Winston of the disgrace he met with you at your hands, so Winston Payne is lost before to Phoenix. Oh, looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other. Heh Your Honor, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. The witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom. Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Oh, him. He's the one who did it. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Witness? Name, Ted Tonate. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist. Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech systems via typing is the same as me talking. He sounds exactly like a robot. Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can? But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure, speaking, typing, understand? What an odd witness. Mr. Tonate was in charge of the bomb for that trial and was there when it went off. Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Yeah, try to talk like a robot. Shocked. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. So he was the first to discover the body, was he? He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion. Very well. The court will hear Mr. Tonate's testimony. But at the very least, show this court some respect and remove that face guard witness. The hell? Okay. When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb timer was counting down. So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on. Precisely, activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I'm sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. I guess it makes you the blue monkey in this barrel of the fun, boss. Now I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Huh? Mr. Detonate, what is that? HA3000, aka a bomb. A bomb? Great, googly mo- Eek! Mr. Detonate, I demand you disarm it this instant. Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an excellent replica of the HA3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success, explosion equals failure. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. Dimensions 10 H times 10 width times 10D, weight 12 pounds, perfect replication. Your bomb does appear to be a very good copy indeed. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable I could not replicate it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. HH3000 bomb. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal and can be detonated remotely. And now the defense would begin their cross-examination. Where's Miss Sykes gone to? What? Athena, you can come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. I guess you were pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, widget. As transparent as ever. Now let's see. Where were we? We were at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination. Of course. She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine to help her focus. Athena, you remember how to conduct a cross-examination, right? What? Oh, of course I do. What kind of lawyer would I be if I didn't? Now, don't get upset. But what do you say to humoring me for a little review? You got it. Basically, we examine a witness's testimony and compare it against the court record, searching carefully for any inconsistencies. The green text represents the witness's testimony. We can use L to advance in the next statement of the testimony, and L to go back to their previous statement. Paying close attention to the testimony, we should keep an ear out for anything strange, and be prepared to present R1 our case via the court record. The court record contains information on all the evidence we have at our disposal. We can use it to look for facts that conflict with what the witness has said, and present triangle any counter evidence we find to refute their statements. And what if nothing conflicts with the witness's testimony? Well, then that's when we press L1 the witness for more information. Find any inconsistencies or lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. That's what the cross-examination is all about. Looks like you remember it just as I taught it. And it was a nice refresher course for me. If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub out up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press triangle and the option to consult with me appears. I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is. Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence.
Hold it!
You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed? Absolutely, I can disarm anything. In a flash. That looks more like dismantled and disarmed to me. Oh, pardon me. Let's see. Is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb? Impossible. I do not make rudimentary mistakes like that. They say the error is human. Although the jury is still out on this guy. Hehehehe. If you must know, Mr. Wright, according to court's own records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed. I guess I can rule out the possibility that he forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Detonate? Certainly. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer with a remote.
Hold it!
What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb? Dimensions 10, height 10 by 10, width 10 by 10, diameter, weight 12 pounds. This information is also written on the photograph. Yes, here it is on the back. According to this, the case is made out of alloy plating, 5/16 of an inch thick. That certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal. I bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping. If you dropped that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well. I believe the court's heard enough about the bomb itself. Mr. Detonate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb. Where were you watching from? I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed.
Hold it!
Why were you in the gallery? My duties may have been over the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things. How admirably responsible of you, a model to be emulated. I practice disarming bombs every day. I practice assembling them too. The disarming part I get, but assembling them? Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself. I see, but do you ever practice having evidence presented to you? Presented to me? What? No, Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you? No, I'm the professional here. Grr, that does it. I'm gonna start practicing and having evidence presented to me every day. And you better drink some coffee, boss. We're gonna be pulling an all-nighter. I don't think that will be necessary, or worth either our time. So, Mr. Detonate, what did you witness from the gallery? I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
Hold it!
You saw it counting down clearly with your own eyes? I'd hardly think a timer as small as the one of the bomb could be seen from the gallery. These goggles help me see very small things clearly from very far away. I can even see what you had for breakfast by looking at your tie. Why do I suddenly feel like a bug under a magnifying glass? I guess it's possible he saw the timer if he was wearing those goggles. Not so sure. There's something that just doesn't sit right with me. Well, the bomb was in the stuffed animal. Huh? I don't think I follow. The bomb was completely hidden inside the stuffed animal. So well concealed, in fact, that it didn't even look like a bomb at all. So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right? That's right. Listening carefully to Mr. Tony's testimony is just the first step. After that, it's a matter of taking a look at the evidence that seems relevant. Remember that you'll open the court record when you go to present something. If you find evidence that conflicts with the testimony, present. Triangle it. Let's see. This testimony is about when the bomb went off. So I think the state it was in at the time would be pretty important. A bomb that didn't look like a bomb because it was inside a stuffed animal. Huh. If the bomb was hidden inside the stuffed animal, it's this.
Objection!
So you say you saw the bomb's countdown. Is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. What are you talking about? There is no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Detonate, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer? But that it keeps you what? No! That does seem like a glaring inconsistency. Indeed, witness, how do you explain this? Well, Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Detonate? Well, let me see. No. There must be some mistake. Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It is the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say. I suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb inside a stuffed animal. I simply made a mistake, my bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I will never miss it. Oh, controller. Yeah. Controller's about to die here. I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. Yup, that is a good point. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? Is a solo mission that I put my life on the line to perform? What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know? I'm trying to do their accents, and you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you? Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Detonate did not hear the sound. Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Detonate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What's this now? It happened before the trial started. It was when Detectives Arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb equals evidence. The lawyers wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb. Miss Woods was clearly there in that lobby. Her goal was to surely, to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident. The switch that starts the time, bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing. I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer. Well, I'm gonna say this about the cop, is, first of all, you would not bring a bomb, even if it was disarmed, into court. And even if you were to bring it somehow as evidence, it wouldn't just have to be disarmed. It would have to be completely deactivated, where it could not be armed no matter what. So, like, bringing something like that into court, but then at the same time as you supposedly lost a detonator, this guy wouldn't be a cop anymore.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby? The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in the lobby. Therefore, that was the only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Detonate could have opened that case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Well, then you just made yourself a suspect. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. Bomb transport case out of the court record. The case of Detonate and Detective Arm transported the bomb in. Detonate has the key. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole that remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. All that tail, 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Eric, talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints, their trump card, I'm a bit disadvantaged. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already at anger level 1. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense, no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there's just one more thing, Mr. Wright. Me, yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. This guy's hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you will, excuse me. Bailiff, please go out in the lobby and bring back the defendant. Junie. Hi, Fina. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. And I'll do my best, too. You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary. What impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courtroom. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't that right? Mr. Wright, can I give that prosecutor a snack? What? Of course not. Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again? We can't let that creep, that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily. I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared, so very scared. Looks like Athena's picking something, up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Woods' heart. Don't deny it, you stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. But don't you know, Your Honor, there is no more a gentleman in this world than I. As if a gentleman or even a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Nina. How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know that I attend manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a genteel man. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady, you're not. I demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. Arg. I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. When the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Junie's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing, like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't going to work, so now what? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart. Yes, and they sound incredibly straight. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use that analytical psychology you studied. And listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Off, gents. Let's do this. So your holographic thingamabob can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on are just now while listening to her testimony. I can enter all of them into the widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them. These mood markers have reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And this one? And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprised marker will let us know. So with your special ability and Witch's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yup, now let's give it a shot. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here? That is what the noise looks like in the Mood Matrix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. Rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. I think I have a good grasp on Judy's emotional state right now. This power of Athena's is incredible. And now I'm seeing unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the context of her testimony. Yeah, she's happy. What? Already? Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. Well, look at that. That is odd. Why would she be happy? There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint L1 it, and then select the unexpected emotion or reaction from the 4 mood markers with X. which is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls Rebel falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as Rebel is falling, was there also something that made you feel happy? What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great. Let's hear what she has to say. Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled. I tripped, and then a rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then, Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's how he got hurt. So that's when he sustained those injuries. How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. That's a weird way to describe it. And see, your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Athena. Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony. Heh, pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there still must be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me input the new information to update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go. You remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint L1 it. That's right. And then you select it from the mood markers with X. If we can find the reason for the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out. Sadness.
Got it!
You were happy Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? Yes, I was really happy. But there was there also something you felt sad about at the same time? Sad. The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness, too. Oh. I think it's probably because of Bum Rap Riney. Bum Rap Riney? Well, what do you know? Something new. That's right. I brought my stuffed animal, Bum Rap Riney, to watch the trial with me. Bum Rap Riney and Photo of Fanti are brothers. Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise? It was her stuffed animal. I had Bum Rap Riney with me while I was watching the trial, but it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I'd lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Only Fanti and Bum Rap Riney, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore. So I guess that means we managed to draw out all of our testimony. That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So Bum Rap Riney was in the courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that it changes the meaning of the other piece of evidence, all I have to do is present it at the right statement. I was watching from the gallery, with Rap Riney. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped and Rebel started falling off. I thought it was done. But then Apollo came and rescued me. This tail was from the other stuffed animal. It wasn't from this. It was from her stuffed animal. They both have tails.
Objection!
Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on wasn't the tail of Phony Fandy. It was the tail of her gallery companion Bumrap Riney.
Objection!
What? What nonsense is this? I can see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention, you clearly see how the two got mixed up. Tail.
Take that!
Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of their tails is the same. Ah! Order in the court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bumrap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things around. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. At lobby number 5. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. True to form, gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you, for everything, you're doing. You did great, Mr. Woods. Miss Woods. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end. Just when we needed you the most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Tina. Really, hehe, thanks. So be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm gonna give it my all. I'll be so good that one day, you call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology. The ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Tina's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assumed he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in the courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bumrap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then, Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so he went to take a look together. Huh, I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5. Yes, I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then, they called me into the courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence. Anyway, we better go and get him. Good idea. December 17, 12:11 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
Oh god, what happened? Well, to be continued. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if he's okay on the next part there. But damn, that's well, so yeah, they definitely made the game better with those anime-like cutscenes. But I still don't like the whole 3D thing completely. I guess I prefer it when it's completely anime. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, do drop a like. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.